Hey everyone, Tankenstein here. In this video I'll be doing just a quick preview of the Kfir C.2 and the T-72 Moderna, both being top rewards that you'll be able to receive for the Battle for Arachis crafting event. In this video I'll basically just be going over the Kfir C.2 and the Moderna by showing you the modifications and then going into the test drive mode for both of them. I'm only going to commentate here on the modification screen just to kind of show you exactly what's up with these, how they're a little bit different from their regular check tree counterparts. So first and foremost, let's go over the Kfir C.2. So the Kfir C.2 is pretty much a downgraded version of the C7, or better said, the C7 is an upgraded version of the C2. And it has a cool secondary camouflage, nothing great, but this will be a regular skin that you can just purchase with GE, so pretty cool there. And it does have a much weaker engine than the Kfir C7. Now, additionally, when it comes to its loadout, it has much fewer, or far fewer loadout options here. So it only has access to one AIM-9G or AIM-9D missile, whereas the regular, or the tech tree Kfir, the C7, has access to 4 of these. But additionally, you can use 2 M61 cannons, so it's not like you're losing out too much. It's just, again, you only have 2 instead of 4 of these missiles. And additionally, the C7 has much more space for more ordnance. So it has pretty much all these ordnance spots that can kind of span across the screen, whereas you only have around up to here. So it's not really all that great. It's pretty much just a straight downgrade, if you would consider it to be as such, from the C7, or the C7 again is just a straight upgrade from this. But again, I mean, this should be a pretty darn capable fighter either way you cut it. It's 11.0 now, could be 10.7 in the future, I'm not entirely sure. AIM-9Gs are not incredibly potent, so I don't really know if this is going to go down in BR, but of course it's still a fairly capable fighter in its own right. Okay, now for the T-72M2 Moderna, and this is again the Russian top tier ground reward that you'll be able to get from the Battle for Arachis. And as you could see, this is absolutely loaded with ERA. Holy cow, it's just full of Dynas ERA armor all around the front and even some of the sides. Just really impressive how dense this thing is with armor. It's just crazy. Plus, it also has a nice 30mm autocannon that will be moving along with the turret and can go up and down. So it's just a really, really loaded thing. Plus, tons of smoke grenade launcher. So this will be, I think, a very, very capable T-72 in game. But you also have your standard slate of camouflages. At least thus far, I suspect that there will be custom or standard camouflages coming in the future. But even the standard camouflage for this that you just get with the tank looks really, really cool. So it has 60 kilometer per hour top speed. As you can see here, it's got a pretty typical slate of armament. So you have the standard BK or 3BK 12M Heat FS. Decent. It's going to be your starter round. Thankfully, you can get APF SDS. Not a great one, but decent enough at the first tier here. So that's probably what you're going to want to get outside of parts as your first or your second modification rather. And then you have the TAPNA APF SDS, which is a unique APF SDS, at least as far as I know in game currently, and it has just over 500 millimeters of armor pen at best, which is okay for a 10.0. You have your standard laser warning, you have your thermals, so it's a pretty decent thing. Plus, the commander also has thermals as well, so this will be a pretty darn decent tank. Plus, again, it has that autocannon, which has upwards of 60 millimeters of armor pen at best circumstances. So even at 500 meters and 30 degrees, you're going to still get over 40 millimeters of armor pen, which versus light tanks will be more than sufficient. So this will be a very, very nasty all-around threat. And just before we get into test drive, I just wanted to show you guys the armor analysis here. So let's go to the T-80B, go for the 3BK 18M. May as well, right? It's got about over 1,000 millimeters of armor, basically, armor equivalent with the Dynas right here at the front. So this will be extremely difficult to breach if you're using Heat FS. Like, holy cow. I mean, this is high protection from Heat FS. Like, I cannot believe that. Of course, once you shoot off the ERA, it's going to go away and you can pen through it, and it seems like it'll be pretty easy to destroy. One hit takes out a huge chunk of them. However, just that initial defense of over 1,000 millimeters, sometimes upwards of 1,400 millimeters, especially around the turret there, like, holy guacamole. Anyways, let's get into the test drive and just kind of see how this thing functions.
Противник уничтожен! Есть!
Anyways, thanks so much for watching, everyone. Please, as always, like, comment, subscribe. You guys know the dealio. And I will see you all on the other side. Take care, everyone, and do your best to enjoy the crafting event.